No random song today, but I do have a random fact. Did you know that the original intention of President's Day, it wasn't really President's Day, it was just a day to honor basically Abraham Lincoln and George Washington, and that's it. I don't know why I did 3. It's actually 2. Abraham Lincoln and George Washington. But later, down through the line, Congress decided to change it because, we were already on our path to a ridiculous amount of inclusivity and zero exclusivity, so they didn't want to hurt all the crappy president's feelings. So we decided to make a President's Day to honor every single president, whether you were great or terrible or just kind of mid. So that's your random fact for the day. That has nothing to do with what I plan on talking about, but I think I'm going to start doing that with the just random little trivia, random little factoids. And if most of the time it has something to do with the United States, that's just going to be how it is, because I'm a very patriotic guy and I like to talk about the United States. Anyway, I digress. Listen, the point of this video is there are no real plateaus. What? Oh, you probably thinking, Jordan, you're into fitness, you're into lifting. What do you mean there are no plateaus? You can't just continually progress into the sky forever. And, by the time you've been lifting for 2 years, you're already benching 1,000 pounds and deadlifting twice as much and squatting pickup trucks. Listen, I know, but hear me out. There are no real plateaus because the human body doesn't do that. And let me give you an example. In relationships, whether you're dating, married, hanging out with a bro in a non-romantic way, no homo, you're going to drift, you're going to be really close, you're going to be not so close. There's going to be times where you feel like you're just going through the motions. And let me explain this to you. You're not just going through the motions. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. And that is the way life goes. You ebb and flow, you roll with the waves. There are no real plateaus. So let's go back to lifting. Say you plateau on the deadlift. This is a little close to home for me because I've been there, and it seems like I plateau. It seems like I get stuck with the deadlift at least once a year, and then it explodes, and then I get stuck again. It's a problem. It's probably a programming issue. Anyway, sidetrack number 11 or something. During that time that you feel like you're plateaued or stuck, you're actually getting worse. I know, it's not a thing that a lot of people like to talk about, but, yeah. Wow. What to say now? But listen, it's okay, because that's just how it goes. Life is like this, It's like an EKG. You're going to get really good, you're going to be good for a little while, and then it's going to drop slowly, and then up and 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 down, 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 down. But it's okay. Listen, as long as you're trying to progress in some way, then you're doing fine. That is the essence of life. You're either growing or you're dying. John Lovell said that recently in a video, and I really love John Lovell, Warrior Poet Society. If you're like me and you like the United States, you should probably go subscribe to that channel. Soft plug. I have no affiliations with him. I would love to, but, tiny ass channel. He probably doesn't even know I exist. I'm rambling, but the whole idea of this video, there was no President's Day. Probably still should be no President's Day, but that has nothing to do with anything. You're either progressing or regressing, so just try your best to progress in some way. Whatever way you can. Take shorter rests, take longer rests, do more reps, clean up your form. It doesn't always have to be adding pounds onto the bar. And in your relationships, make sure that you're always pursuing God-honoring relationships. That is a simple way to always be progressing in your friendships and your romantic involvements. No homo. All right, guys, I'm going to stop jibber-jabbering. You got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Goodbye.